Welcome back to another episode of Magic's in the Mess, the go-to podcast for ambitious women ready to stop pretending, start aligning, and finally build success your way. I'm your host, Danielle McKinley, speaker, business and wealth strategist, and your go-to problem-solving hype girl. Here, we'll help you unlock powerful mindset shifts, discover your magic, and bring your dream life into reality. Each week, I'll deliver raw stories, proven business strategies, and powerful transformations with industry leaders to activate the magic in you. So if you're ready to ditch the pressure, the performative BS, and the noise telling you who you should be, hit subscribe and let's make some magic. So I used to believe the only way to succeed was to hustle harder, speak louder, move the fastest, be the first one there, the last one to leave. And I wore my masculine energy like a true badge of honor, sharp, polished, untouchable. And for a while, it worked for me until it didn't. Because the same armor that protected me eventually disconnected me, and it kept me safe, but it also kept me small. Welcome back to another episode of Magic's in the Mess. Today, we're talking about something every ambitious woman feels but rarely talks about. How operating in masculine energy can quite literally drain your magnetism, and how to reclaim feminine energy that actually multiplies your success. So this episode isn't about gender, it is about energy. And for so many of us, especially women in leadership, entrepreneurship, or motherhood, we've been conditioned to overdevelop the masculine, doing, pushing, performing, while seriously starving the feminine, being, flowing, receiving. Receiving is by far the hardest one for me. So if you've been feeling exhausted, disconnected from joy, or like you're constantly doing everything right, but something still feels off, then this episode is for you, my friend. This is your invitation to reset. Okay, so for most of my career, I was surrounded by men. When building my SaaS company, I had 3 male partners, all 15 years older than me. And I learned really early that if I wanted to be taken seriously, I had to toughen up. I had to get a grip on my emotions, and I had to talk like them, think like them, and work like them. And I became really, really good at it. It's how I built and exited a 9-figure company in a male-dominated industry. I won the game I thought I had to play. But after the exit, when the noise faded and it was just me, I realized I didn't feel powerful. I actually felt hollow, because I had built success from force instead of flow. I was constantly proving instead of pursuing what was actually in alignment and meant for me. And that's the big difference. Force gets you results, sure, no doubt about it. But flow gets you resonance. It gets you happiness. It gets you peace. It gets you that lit up feeling that we all want to have in the work that we're doing. So let's define it, because masculine energy is doing, it's achieving, it's structure, it's logical, it's control. It's what drives goals, systems, and discipline. It's in the doing, okay? Feminine energy is in the being. We're creating, we're intuitive, we're receptive, and we trust. It's what brings magnetism, flow, connection, and joy. It's the becoming, okay? So when the masculine dominates, because we want both, and you can have a healthy mix of the two, but when masculine dominates, we hustle ourselves into burnout. And that's why burnout is such a buzzword. It's something that so many people have experienced or are on their way, unfortunately, to experiencing. And when the feminine leads, though, we create from alignment, and success starts to feel effortless again. It starts to feel easy and simple and exciting and joy. You have the joy in everything that you're doing. So I want to ground this in some reality, because women are 32% more likely to experience burnout than men because of chronic overwork and emotional labor. It's that I've had so many fights with my husband about my brain power, my brain overload, and the amount of thinking and tabs I have to have open in comparison to him. And I'm sure many of you can relate. Now, another alarming statistic is that 75% of women in leadership say that they feel they have to adopt masculine traits like assertiveness, dominance, defensiveness in order to be respected. And I am part of that statistic for sure. Okay? Chronic stress It elevates your cortisol. It disrupts your hormones, your sleep, and emotional regulation, literally blocking creativity and intuition. So when you overwork, what you actually do is you override your feminine. And it's not just emotional, it's biological. You can't be magnetic when your nervous system is in survival mode. Okay, and when we don't have the right mix of both, that's what's happening as females. Okay, so let's see if any of these hit for you. Your worth feels tied to your productivity. You feel guilty resting or slowing down, or struggle to. You struggle to receive support. You'd rather just do it yourself because it might be quote unquote faster. You plan everything, but rarely feel satisfied when it's done. Like you plan the whole family vacation and you look forward to it, and then the whole time you're there, you're just thinking about all the things you should be doing at home instead of living in the moment and enjoying it. Can I get an amen if you've been there? Because freaking men, that's been me. And lastly, your creativity feels flat. Like you're struggling to feel creative, maybe with marketing or social or in doing fun things with your family. Okay, if that sounds familiar, my friends, that is not ambition. That is imbalance of flow and harmony. Okay, so here's what we have to shift and how we can really reclaim our feminine power. Number one, we have to pause before producing. If you can start to take 60 seconds before any major task and ask, am I moving from pressure or purpose? If you can do that, it's going to help you not get derailed, and it's going to help you not get so far off track. It's so simple. Quick pause. Am I moving from pressure, or am I doing this out of purpose? Okay, if it's purpose, keep going. If it's pressure, reevaluate. Number two, we got to get back into our body. Okay, and I talk about this a lot. We got to dance, we got to stretch or breathe with music that moves you. The feminine lives in the body, not in the mind. Masculine lives in the mind. So we got to get reconnected to our body to bring back in that feminine energy. Number three, we have to practice receiving. And if you're like me, this one is so freaking hard. Let someone help you without apologizing or explaining why you shouldn't or why you don't need it. Like just accept it and say thank you. And when you feel yourself start to say more words, just shut up. Just close your lips and shut up. So one of the ways that I've started working on this in like a simple task that any of us can do is if someone tries to pick up the tab at dinner or lunch or coffee, just say thank you. And if it really is a struggle, you can say thank you, I'll get the next one. Okay, but just start to receive and start to feel what that feels like energetically, because it is okay. We do not always have to be the giver. And a lot of times if we're giving and over giving, it's actually a trauma response that has ties to our self-worth. So start small with something like picking up the tab and letting someone do it without fighting them or battling them, just simply saying thank you. And if that feels even like the biggest struggle and like you're going to immediately throw up, then add thank you, I'll get the next one. Okay? Now, create without an outcome. Journal, paint, cook, rearrange a space, anything that lets you play, because play reignites magnetism. So when we are so goal-oriented and always working towards the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, we're taking all of the joy out of it. So what's something that you can do without needing an outcome? Just enjoying it. Figure out what that looks like for you and start to incorporate more of that into your life. Now, number 5, you want to lead from alignment, not obligation, okay? So you can still be wildly successful, but from grounded clarity, not constantly grinding, okay? And when you balance your masculine structure with your feminine flow, you don't lose your edge. And that was something that was really hard for me, is that I'm known as a shark in the SaaS world, as a closer, as somebody who negotiates and gets what they want. And so for me, when I started to rebalance or recalibrate really the mix of feminine and masculine energy that I operate from, that was one of the things I was the most scared of. And I promise you, it will amplify it. And also, because I shoot you straight, it's also like this default setting that you have. So I have to catch myself because I'll default back because I lived in that masculine energy dominance for so long that it's not like now I have this perfect balance and mixture of masculine and feminine energy. Nothing's ever going to be perfect, my friend. Okay, but it's recognizing it and then starting to really work towards intentionally having the right mixture of both. And it's never going to be perfect. You're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. But if you're aware of it, then you can have more good days than bad days. Okay, so when I finally allowed myself to lead from my feminine, when I trusted my intuition, I softened my timeline and I stopped trying to earn. Okay, things became easy. Everything changed. Things became in flow. I was finding more joy. I was able to be more present with my children, with my clients, with whatever I was doing. And clients have come to me easier. My ideas have felt so much clearer, and my creativity has absolutely exploded. And I started magnetizing opportunities instead of chasing them. Okay? Nobody wants that commission breath. You can feel it, you can see it, and it doesn't smell good. Okay, so when you're chasing, it's an energy and you can feel it. And what we want to establish is magnetism, things being in flow. When you're in alignment and you're doing what you're supposed to and you're a good human and it's heart-centered, things can come to you easily. You can receive the abundance. Because when a woman is in her feminine, she doesn't need to prove her power. She is the power. You are the power already. Okay, so here's your takeaway. Masculine energy built the world. Feminine energy heals it. I truly believe that. Okay, and you need both, but not in equal measurement every single day. You need awareness, intention, and permission to move between them, not to choose one or the other. Okay, so here is your permission slip. You can be ambitious and soft, and you can lead and still surrender. Okay, you can hold structure and still experience flow. And when you do, your life and your business will stop feeling like a battlefield and start feeling like harmony. Okay, so here's your reflection for today. I want you to really ask yourself, where am I forcing and where can I flow? Okay, start, because you have areas of both in your life, and that way you can start to lean more into the flow. So reflect on, where am I forcing and where can I flow? Then take one action this week that honors your feminine. Say no to something that doesn't feel aligned. Okay? Rest without guilt. Like, watch the movie without checking your email. Okay? Like, put the phone down. Create something purely for joy, not because of an outcome. That's how you start realignment in small, powerful shifts, okay? So here's the truth. My masculine energy taught me how to survive, but my feminine energy taught me how to thrive. So if this episode resonated with you, please, please, please take 60 seconds to rate, review, and share this podcast. It does way more than you can even imagine. Send it to the woman in your life who's been hustling herself into exhaustion, but is ready to feel powerful again. And if you're ready to balance strategy with flow, book a Vision to Victory call with me or grab my So-To Money Multiplier guide. Both will help you align your mindset, your energy, and your execution. I love you, I believe in you, and I will see you next time on Magics in the Mess.